So Johnny, I want to talk about your business and the movement and the growth. But before I do that, I just want to ask you three fundamental things that will help people who want to play sports succeed. If you said one, two, three, these are the things you got to know. What would you tell players?
One of my main things is a lot of kids is they have the try not to mentality. Like they try not to miss the shot. They try not to drop the ball. They try not to miss the putt, things like that. And I just have to have them the mindset of execution, right? So if you execute, and that's going to be the greatest way. And I really don't have three things. I honestly just, because you can spider web off of that, to be honest. So just to like put it all in a nutshell, like don't try not to, if that makes sense.
I love it. That's great parenting advice too.
Right? Yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, I think so, right?
That was great. That was like the golden. I'm just gonna.
Right, go put that on a shirt, right? Trade, don't take it. I'm just
That
kidding.
was the best thing I heard today on Radio Row.
Yeah,
For every professional athlete I've spoken with, don't try not to, just do.
yeah, because you make a shot the same way you miss a shot, right? So then when you do the try not to, every shot is different. Steph Curry can go 0 for 10, and then he just had 60 points the other day on 58% shooting. Do you think he tried not to miss the shot? No, he doesn't care. Watch his mouth guard hanging out of his mouth, and he shoots that thing the same way. Do you know what I mean? So, and then, I'll use the example of Reynolds, right? Unfortunately for the Lions, I looked it up. He had 4 drops his entire career, and he had 2 drops. I really hope that doesn't haunt him. I really hope he hears this one day, because guess what? Don't do the try not to syndrome, because it happens to everybody. And if you keep your mental health, right, and just own look at your career you've made. Don't rely your career on 2 drops, right? And I hate to bring that up because it's a sensitive subject right now, but dang it, I hope he hears this, because I want him to understand that he's one of the better receivers in the league. So.
And it's one of the things you see in all of sports, right? The mentality when you go through that mental training.
Yep.
Right, your brain doesn't hear the set of instructions, right?
Yeah.
Golf is a perfect analogy
Yeah.
that people use. Basketball shooting is a perfect analogy, right?
Yeah.
If your mind hears don't miss, right, what your brain hears is
Yeah.
miss. If you're hitting a golf shot and you say don't hit it in the water, all your brain hears is water.
Water.
Tends to go there.
It's what I learned in school. It's literally called paralysis analysis, right? So your oblongata is processing your fear, and your prefrontal cortex, it processes your emotions, and it's the devil and angel effect, right? So you're having this issue, so you're really not even shooting the way you've ever been taught, or you're really not trying to catch the way you've been taught, throwing the ball the way you've been taught. It literally becomes your own way. It's kind of like faith, right? It's funny, but my way sucks compared to God's way. Not every time I listen, but you can use this analogy in anything in life.
I love it. Tell us about your business, and are you incorporating this do not try, like just
Yeah, I mean, I tell these kids that all the time. I tell them too, like, I'm not here to motivate you, because if I had to motivate all thousands of kids in life, I wouldn't have any motivation for myself. But I'll tell you what, I will encourage you to not, or to, right? So knock it off, or to continue to get better, because sometimes kids have to hear about themselves, and sometimes it takes a village. So I try to be the voice of reason as well, and try to be the best example I can. I'm not always perfect, right? But I try to do that, and I partnered with people in Wisconsin at Rock Ventures, and I brought my genetic code programming to them, and it's more holistic, and it's cool because my trainers are adapting to it. I have an amazing staff. I wouldn't be able to be who I am, and I tell them that all the time. Like, they're my why, and I'm not any better than them and anything like that. So I think because I incorporate them, or for example, if I have to yell at them for something, I will start with the same thing that I've done that they've done, to let them know that, hey, I'm not above you, but it's just up to me to tell you about that, because that's my job. So we have this amazing business. It's called Watson Diesel. We have 80,000 square foot gym, and I brought my genetic code programming to it. But now I will say I'm happy. I wanted to bring that up because it's officially trademarked. So I'm working on getting certain patents and things like that, because my brain is proprietary. Training an athlete isn't. So the way I see it, I don't want anybody to think that it's theirs.
So Johnny, I've been following you like, I don't know, 12 years. I've just been watching your trajectory, your growth, where you were, where you are now. Love what you're doing. I have always loved and respected your hustle, your work ethic, your compassion. You've always demonstrated leading by example, owning your mistakes, and inspiring others. What's next? What are the next 3, 6, 12 years going to look like for Johnny Bridgewater?
I would love to just educate at the pro level, so they can see because my whole thing is the only ability that matters when you get to this level is availability, because everybody's good, right? So at the end of the day, the second strings probably could start on another team that just happens to be someone a little bit better. So if you're available, that's your best asset. So to teach them how to keep them available is huge. And I feel like it's a lost art because everybody wants to do cool stuff instead of the right stuff. And my whole thing is like, just embrace the suck, right? Sometimes life sucks, and just embrace it and keep it moving, because at the end of the day, God gave you air, God gave you vision, God gave you a motive. No matter what that means, no matter if you're in a wheelchair, you can make it wheel. Do you know what I'm saying? If you can't see, you can hear. There's a lot of things in life that it's unfortunate, right? I can't sing if I wanted to try. Don't get me wrong, I wish I could, right? But I embrace the suck that I can't sing, but I have so many gifts. So one message I could give is like, don't worry about what you're not good at, and hone in on what you are good at and just flourish.
I can't think of a better way to end this interview.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys for having me. It's pretty cool.
We love that, Johnny. Thank you so much for
Yeah,
doing
thank you.
that. And I echo that. I hear that all the time. People trying to minimize their weakness
Yep.
when they should be trying to amplify their strengths, because
Yep.
their strengths are what make you unique and what differentiate you from everybody else
Yeah.
in the world.
And I tell people too, like, exposure isn't always looking for, or exposure is not always finding your weaknesses, but it's exposing your strengths. So it's pretty cool. I appreciate you guys.
Guys, I'm Kayla Brad. I'm here with Roy, Johnny Bridgewater, reminding you to live generously and create hope and possibility wherever you go. Thanks, Johnny.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Great job.
Hey, just real quick,